Good day, royalties, families, and friends. Therapist Nigel Blundell streaming from Advice Consultancy Services. For medical consultation, please contact me on 461 3197. So, what is our topic today? How to spot impulsive spending. Right? And this has been a problem for a lot of people, a lot of individuals, especially around birthdays, holidays, Christmas, and it seems to get out of hand. Buying gifts for everyone and not following your budget, and then putting you in so much stress. So, compulsive spending can affect you in such a way it can cause mental health, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. It can wreck relationships, and it can put you in more and more stress. So there's an underlying condition why people spend. So we'll look at it. So what is compulsive spending? It is sometimes called compulsive buying disorder, right? And it is to satisfy an underlying condition as indicated before, stress, and the list goes on. You need to be aware of the triggers. You need to be aware of when this thing started. Did it take place last year, year before, a month ago, years ago? When did this thing begin? When you find that out, you can go to the root and uproot it, or cut it, or begin to deal with your situation. So can it be really addictive? Yes. What your body has is something called dopamine. Dopamine is a good feel hormone. And what that does, when you buy something, you get a high. So the body runs down that high based upon your underlying condition, your emotional underlying condition. So it looks for that high. So actually you don't have to be a junkie to be high. Once you have dopamine running inside your system, you're high. You feel good. So you know what? You spend more and more without dealing with the issue. Right? So symptoms of compulsive spending. Spending a significant portion of your income on discretionary purchases. Accumulating a large amount of consumer debt. Continually spending despite resolutions to stop. Hiding purchases from loved ones. I know what that was. Being more excited about making the purchases than owning the items. You might feel a letdown or a sense of shame after purchasing something. Not using everything you purchase. Buying a large number of things you do not need. Feeling ashamed of your spending. Feeling agitated or excited when shopping. Feeling like the next big purchase is the one that will really improve your life. Using spending to manage unpleasant emotions such as depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. Most people engage in retail, quote unquote, retail therapy from time to time. For compulsive spenders, retail therapy is the primary and only means of dealing with stress. These are some serious factors that needs to be considered, right? So the effects of this: nurturing feelings of guilt and shame, right? This is how it affects your life. Undermining relationships. You may experience relationship problems when caught in lies about spending, right? For example, removing the time you used to spend on more meaningful pursuits. Accumulating far more possessions than you have space for. Hoarding. Sometimes compulsive spenders become hoarders, living increasing chaos and needless possessions. Right? So what causes this spending? Compulsive spending, like many other addictions, is a new way of coping with stress, pain, trauma, and other negative emotions. People who engage in compulsive spending respond to negative emotions by spending money. After they make a purchase, they may feel guilty or disappointed, leading to more negative emotions and more spending. Anyone can become a compulsive spender. Some of the risk factors are a history of mental illness, particularly disorders involving impulsive spending and previous addictions, a family history of spending, abuse, or compulsive buying, being heavily invested in consumer culture. Treatment: seek help, get help. Unlike some other addictions, compulsive buyers cannot go cold turkey, particularly around the holidays. When gift buying feels mandatory, going cold turkey is not possible. Instead, treatment, right, focuses on addressing the underlying emotions that cause the compulsive spending. Cognitive behavior therapy is one of them. So this is one of the services that we do at Advice Consultancy Services. I hope this information was helpful. Share with friends and family. And remember, today is your day. Take charge of your life.